Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining us today and for your interest in Russia and Eastern Europe. The main objective of today's webinar is to uncover a little bit more about Russia and to introduce CG Journeys Russia and Eastern Europe 2014 catalog, including its new programs. Canadian Gateway and CG Journeys have been helping travelers discover and enjoy Russia and its surrounding regions since 1986. Canadian Gateway has become an official representative of the Federal Agency for Tourism of the Russian Federation for both Canada and the United States. Flights, transfers, accommodation, logistics, you name it, we've got it. We are truly your one-stop for everything Russia and Eastern Europe. So why CG Journeys? We're true connoisseurs of Russia. We've been there, lived there, and experienced it. The company has been providing authentic experiences, expert travel advice, and outstanding customer service for over 28 years. Authentic experiences are us. We offer flexible FIT programs, competitively priced shore excursions at every single tourist port throughout Russia and Eastern Europe. For example, if you arrive in St. Petersburg on a cruise ship and book your tour with us, you do not need to get Russian visa. We will provide you with a special tour ticket for cruise passengers, which replaces visa and enables you to leave the cruise ship at no additional cost. We also offer specialty tours such as culinary, eco, Christian, military. We also offer group incentive programs and luxury customized tours. We're passionate about our destination and want you to share our passion during your trip. We all know something about Russia, but did you know this? Russia is the largest country in the world by landmass and is located across 9 time zones, more than any other countries, covering 11.5% of the globe territory. In fact, Pluto has less surface area than Russia. The boundary between the United States and Russia extends through the Bering Strait. While the strait's nearest point is about 85 kilometers wide, 2 islands in its center, Little Diomede and Big Diomede, bring the distance of these 2 nations only 4 kilometers apart at their closest point. As you can see, the war has left its mark on Russia's demographics. Currently, Russia is enjoying a baby boom after implemented pro-family policies to encourage women to have more babies. Russia and the United States signed a treaty selling Alaska to the US for $7.2 million on March 30, 1867. The deal was considered a great achievement of diplomacy at the time. The Russians began exploring the northwest coast of North America in the first half of the 17th century. By and large, Russia discovered the region and thus owned it for the next 126 years. The Soviet Union hosted the 1980 Summer Olympic Games in Moscow, and Russia hosted the 2014 Olympic Games in Sochi. I'm sure you all enjoyed the Sochi experience this winter. Now let's have a look at some of the most exciting places in Russia. It's hard to say something new about the 2 Russian capitals. Strikingly different and both extremely magnetic, they often contrast with each other. For instance, St. Petersburg isn't just a city, it's a legend. A marvelous city whose beauty gives Paris a run for its money. People come here to admire the magnificent palace facades, the faded old courtyards, the imperial residences in the countryside, and the Aurora cruiser. The city is famed for its suspension bridges, the State Hermitage Museum, the Gulf of Finland, the summertime white nights, the assassination of Rasputin, and the lion statues on Palace Embankment. A few words about the phenomenon known as the St. Petersburg White Nights. St. Petersburg is the world's most northern city, standing at such a high latitude that the sun does not descend below the horizon enough for the sky to grow dark. In fact, night becomes indistinguishable from day, so much that the authorities never need to turn the city streetlights on. Moscow is Europe's largest city, with the world's deepest line metro system, the world's largest Orthodox church, and the world's largest university building. The mirror glass windows of skyscrapers are reflected in the golden onion domes of the ancient cathedrals, and an excursions around the Boulevard Ring Road is like a trip through time. Soviet-era buildings versus classical structures, while the restaurants and bars are crowded round the clock. Lying within striking distance from Moscow, the Golden Ring is a treasure trove for history buffs who desire to discover the country's Slavic roots. The route runs through the town of ancient Rus, which have preserved some unique monuments of early Russian history and culture. Churches with onion domes, monasteries, and historic stones and wooden buildings. There are about a dozen ancient cities in the Golden Ring, 2 of which are on the UNESCO list. Lake Baikal is a world inhabited by thousands of species of birds, animals, plants, fish, and microorganisms, many of which are not found in any other stretch of water in the world. The lake is so big that its surface area is as large as Belgium, that it would take around 4 months at a normal walking speed to walk all the way around it. The location is also a UNESCO-listed heritage site. Even Hollywood director James Cameron was won over by the charm of the region. He ventured more than once to the bottom of Lake Baikal in exploratory missions while preparing to film his movies Titanic and Avatar. Don't miss a trip to the breathtaking UNESCO-listed Kizhi Island. For most Russians, it became the epitome of medieval wooden architecture. The most familiar landmark is the 22-domed Church of the Transfiguration. Traditional building methods involve no nails at all, but simply close-fitting notched logs. One of the largest geyser fields in the world, the Valley of Geysers in Kamchatka, is known as the part of the UNESCO World Heritage Site, Volcanoes of Kamchatka. Every year, only several thousand of lucky tourists have a chance to visit it because of its remote location and reserve status. In 2007, the valley suffered from a massive mudflow which buried about a half of the geysers, but already in 2013, a new landslide restored most of them and increased the number of geysers. The Caucasian region of Ingushetia is full of towers and castles. On almost every mountain, behind every curve, there's an ancient stone building. In English language, Vavnushki means a place of bottle towers. But even in Ingushetia, Vavnushki is considered to be exotic because of the strange converged form and pyramidal roofs. Built in the late medieval era, they are considered to be one of the most mysterious and unusual architectural monuments in Russia. There are no roads in Chukotka, nor railways. This fact converted this remote region into the paradise of wild nature, with infinite Arctic storms and relentless frost from the northern Pacific, which all the witnesses consider one of the most majestic things that they have ever seen in their lives. Northern lights, bays, and fjords form unique picturesque landscapes that are impossible to forget. The Urals, some of the most ancient mountains in the world, were formed over 350 million years ago. The Urals is also a paradise for fans of the paranormal. There are endless legends about UFO sightings, and people come to follow in the footsteps of the lost Dyatlov group expedition. Ostrich farms, flying dogs, reindeer herders who tell fortunes under the northern lights, and the long polar nights that turn into a daylight only once a year. All these are a simple reality for Arctic habitats. The Russian Arctic was the birthplace of the Gulag, but there's a lot more to the region. Take a ferry to the North Pole from almost every town. With tens of wildlife reserves, northern nomad settlements, and absolutely stunning nature, this remote and tough place is a must-see destination for an experienced traveler. Hope you've discovered a few new things about Russia. Now let's have a look how you can experience it for yourself. We're excited to introduce our new catalog, Russia and Eastern Europe 2014. The catalog is distributed in North America, both in the US and Canada, through consulates, ministries, officials, trade shows, and travel agencies. CG Journeys tours include Russian river cruising, rail tours covering Siberia and the legendary Silk Route, extensive coverage of Russia, and tours to Belarus, Ukraine, the Baltics, and Eastern Europe. Agents can order the catalog by contacting us at tours@canadiangateway.com or 1-800-668-8401. New this year are tours to beautiful Karelia, exotic Armenia, and mysterious Georgia. Discover lands of valleys and mountains, enormously hospitable people, ancient vineyards, great food, and lands still unexplored and lost in time. As an air consolidator, Canadian Gateway has very strong partnership with Russian, Canadian, and European airlines, including Transaero, Aeroflot, LOT, WestJet, Air France, KLM, and Lufthansa. Please visit our agent portal at canadiangateway.com for convenient online booking, top commissions, and competitive net rates. In conclusion, I would like to mention that Russians are warm-hearted and hospitable by nature. You can be assured that your clients will feel welcomed and will be treated with special care. Once you have experienced Russian hospitality, I'm sure you will not soon forget your Russian experiences. Please use the promo code PRIVILEGE program online and receive $100 off on any Canadian Gateway or CG Journeys land product. So when the time comes to book travel to Russia for your clients, Canadian Gateway and CG Journeys are your one travel source for tours and flights to Russia and Eastern Europe. We offer an authentic Russian experience and strong product knowledge. We are destination specialists and can give you expert travel advice and assistance with planning the best travel experience for your clients. Thank you for taking the time to participate in our webinar. We're looking forward to working with you in the near future.